Hey YouTube, Miss Beezy here, and this is going to be my egg white facial. Okay, so what you're going to need is, of course, one egg white separated from the yolk, and I like to just keep mine in one of my daughter's little snack containers, where I can keep it in the refrigerator and keep it fresh. This right here is going to be 2 egg whites that have been kind of beaten with a fork to just get them aerated and a little bit frothy. I don't know if you guys can see the bubbles there. It actually makes it easier to work with than just having the thick yolk. Okay, so we set that down, and you're also going to need a few sheets of toilet tissue or tissue paper, bathroom tissue, whatever you prefer to call it. Now, mine is a 2-ply, okay? So if you're using 2-ply, best suggestion I can give you, pull them apart, okay? It'll come in handy later because when you put the egg white on your face, the top layer of toilet tissue will peel off, so you might as well do it now. And it actually helps you create more individual pieces that you can use later. Okay, so what I found through trial and error is that you definitely want to have multiple sizes of tissue paper. So what I do is I take the full length square, I keep some of those, some I cut in half down to strips like this size. Some of those I cut down even smaller, and then those I cut down even smaller and even smaller. Okay, so I have the full squares, fourths, a few strips, and little miscellaneous pieces for those hard to reach areas. Okay, now whether you like to or not, you can either or not start with a clean face. It's completely up to you. And I just like to take a baby wipe and just kind of get that top layer of dirt and oil off my skin, because as you can tell by my face, I have a lot of it. Definitely got a long ways to go to get this thing back in shape. Now you can cleanse your face however you prefer before you put the mask on. It's completely up to you. I just suggest in any event, make sure that your face is at least wiped down. You don't want to trap the skin with the oil and the dirt underneath the egg, because your face will get very tight. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to take a clean finger and the egg white, just start applying it to your face. You want to get an even coverage, that way you don't have wet spots where there are other spots that are dry once this starts to harden. You kind of want it to dry evenly. That's just how I like it. I like to get all the way down. I like to try to cover all of my acne, really focusing on any new additions like this one right here and this one that I'm trying to dry out. Okay. Now I want to hit my nose, because this little guy that's trying to show up right here has been giving me trouble all day. I hit my top lip. I don't know what that is. That's just froth. And my forehead. Okay. Alright. Now what you do want to tend to stay away from is going to be your eyebrows. The egg white will get stuck between the hairs, and that can become a pain to clean out once you have taken the toilet tissue off. I try every time I do this to avoid my eyebrows, and yet and still I always get some of the egg white in them. I want to get the tip of my nose, because I tend to have a lot of blackheads right there. Okay. Now that I look like a moist turkey in the oven, I can tell that some areas are starting to dry, because you will feel the tightness start to come. So I just want to go over them one more time and let it sit for about no more than 15-20 seconds, just to get it a little bit dry. Because if you let it dry too far, then the tissue paper will not stick, and then you'll have to put on another layer or just wipe everything off. Yep, I can feel it starting to fan. That helped. So start applying the toilet tissue. Now, because I have a slight OCD for neatness, I apply mine in squares. Some people just take the toilet tissue and just kind of put it everywhere like paper mache. That annoys me, so that's just a personal preference. Here's where your strips or your different sizes come in handy. And see right here, it dried before I could put it on there, so we'll come back to that and we'll get the forehead and we'll go down. Okay. Forgot to mention you might want to work fast, but once you get it down, you've done it a couple of times, you'll know how it should go. Now sometimes I do it section by section. I'll put some of the egg white in one area and then I'll wait for that area to dry and then I'll put the tissue paper there. And sometimes I'll just put it on all over really fast and then just stick it on. So, okay. Okay, bear with me guys. Here we go. And they're just going on basically like pore strips. That's all they're doing. Just at home pore strips in my opinion. Okay, so now that we've got this pretty much covered, you're just going to let it set for about no more than 5 or so minutes, if that, because it will dry fairly quickly and your face will feel like it's just paper mache to death. I've found that sometimes if I leave it on too long or if I put a thick coat on, it becomes very hard for me to talk. Okay. Alright. Now, once you've let this set, after you've sat and looked like Gila Monster for a couple of minutes, what you want to do is just basically just peel them off. They'll peel right off, just like regular pore strips. The toilet tissue will actually become very hard and, okay, yeah, like this right here is almost ready to come off. Okay, like I was saying, you just peel it straight off like you would any pore mask or facial peel, anything that you just roll off. They come right off, and if it tears, just pick them off. What you definitely want to do is follow with a good facial cleaner, whether you go into your full facial regimen or you just do a quick wash, however you prefer to do it. You definitely want to make sure to get the dried egg off your face once you're done. Go ahead and put that away, and I do thank you guys for watching. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions that maybe you do it another way, that might be beneficial, something that you do to kind of actually help break up the hyperpigmentation or the acne scars that's worked for you, please by all means forward any and all positive and constructive comments my way. I would greatly appreciate them, and thank you guys for watching.